Right now, protests expected today after the arrest of a man implicated in a State Street shooting.
And we're waking up to some showers this morning. We're going to be tracking where they're going to be for the next few hours coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Thursday. I'm Leah Lynchide. Chris Stanford has the day off. Continuing coverage to start our morning. Family members and activists are calling for the release of a man they say was unfairly portrayed as shooting an officer. Katwan Richardson is in jail with a cash bond set at $16,000. He's facing charges including illegally carrying a gun, resisting an officer, and bail jumping. Police arrested him when he was out past a court-mandated curfew, during which one officer apparently shot another officer. The DOJ says Richardson did point a gun at police. A number of activists joined Richardson's family in a press conference yesterday. They say police implied Richardson was involved in the shooting in their report. They say the officers also put his life in danger during that arrest.
I hope the police be held accountable for their actions. It's obvious my son is being held accountable for his actions, which is that's fine with us. Be held for what he has done. But he's getting held accountable for his actions and other people's actions too right now, and that's not fair.
Madison police have said this incident highlights the dangers of people who illegally possess and use firearms, but they declined to comment yesterday on the press conference. The DOJ and district attorney have not responded to us yet either. New information now in the search for a missing boy in the Milwaukee area. The Journal Sentinel reporting 2 people are under arrest in connection with the case. The details are unclear, though, and the search for 3-year-old Major Harris is still active. The boy's father, Carlton Harris, spoke in downtown Milwaukee yesterday. He expressed frustration with Milwaukee police and says although they're grateful for the community's help, too much time has passed since his son's disappearance.
I'm tired of the tips. I'm tired of the waiting. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's just been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long, and I'm afraid. So if my son, just please, I pray to God, y'all just bring my son, let him come home. Let me come get my son, please.
Police have said Major's mom's body showed signs of obvious trauma when it was discovered. The suspect in the boy's disappearance and her murder died by apparent suicide. We are continuing to ask police for updates in this case. As soon as we learn more, we'll push those details through our mobile app. You can download it today in your app store. Just search for Channel 3000 News. Okay, 6:02 now. We're going to switch gears, check in with Julian Seawright and your first warn forecast. Hey, Julian.
Good morning, Leah. And we are waking up to some cloudy conditions and some rain around southern Wisconsin for us. As we can take a look outside of our sky cam here in Madison, we are looking still at that overcast as we're waking up this morning. But this is where the rain is as of right now. As you can see on our radar, just entering into Dane County, so onto the western side is where we are starting to see some rain moving in and across as it's still tracking its way east. But we're going to be keeping an eye on the north. As we can see just outside of Lone Rock, some showers are starting to develop into the northern area, which is going to be counterclockwise sweeping its way once again into Dane County. As we can take a look at how this rain has been tracking in itself. It's still been in that counterclockwise cyclonic flow for us. So that's why we're still looking at those showers to be popping up and tracking their way actually southeast as we're going in throughout the rest of the morning. So with that being said, with that track, what's it going to be like for us throughout the morning? Well, mid-morning and to the later part of this morning, we're going to be looking at those showers to really be impacting us throughout much of the morning hours. But then we're going to be drying out as we get into the afternoon with the cloud cover still sticking around and those cooler temperatures. But we're not looking at too much in terms of rain totals, especially around Dane County. Mostly to the east is where we're going to be seeing about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch within Juneau and Watertown. But since it's going to be mostly into the periodic and light rainfall, we're not going to be seeing a whole lot in terms of totals. Over the next few hours, however, temperatures are going to be steady. We're going to be in those lower 50s, upper 40s, and throughout much of the day for us. So as you're heading out the door, you might want a light jacket, especially a light raincoat as well, as we're going to be looking at temperatures to be on the cooler side. And on top of that, we are going to be looking at needing an umbrella, at least just for periodic moments throughout the day. But sunglasses are definitely not necessary because it's going to be cloudy throughout the day. Now, as we take a look, 52 degrees for us is going to be on the cooler side with those northwestern winds keeping things into those lower 50s. Now, as we take a look, the one thing we are going to be keeping our eye on, as Chris has even talked about all week, is the frost chances, especially from tonight's going into Saturday. today with the temperatures knocking on the door of freezing. Well, frost is now into the forecast for us. We've gotten to that time of the year where areas of frost at night and patchy frost are going to be in the forecast from Friday and Saturday as well. But then we're going to be holding on to those fall-like conditions throughout the rest of the weekend and for next week as well, Leah.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. 6:04 now. U.S. regulators with the FDA are extending boosters to Americans who got the Moderna or the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They're also approving the ability to mix and match those doses. The announcement marks a big step toward expanding the U.S. booster campaign. The CDC will consult an expert panel later this week before finalizing any official recommendations for those boosters. And back home, researchers with the UW School of Medicine and Public Health are looking for participants for a new study. It's to see whether mRNA COVID vaccines pose an increased risk for allergic reactions to people who are considered highly allergic. Experts have said those severe reactions are extremely rare. If you or someone you know is interested in participating, you can find out more about that research over on channel3000.com. The former Washington State football coach filing a lawsuit against his university after he was fired last week. Nick Rolovich is suing over unjust and unlawful termination after failing to comply with the state's COVID vaccine mandate. All state employees were required to be fully vaccinated by this week. 4 other assistant coaches were let go for not complying either. And to the Wisconsin state capitol now. 4 more bills making abortions harder to get in the state are on their way to the governor's desk. They cleared the Senate yesterday, but Governor Evers is expected to veto them. One would stop providers from using Medicaid for most abortions. Another would put requirements on what doctors can tell patients about drug-induced abortions. A reproductive rights expert at UW-Madison says this is part of 10 years of added restrictions.
We have seen the closure of several abortion healthcare facilities since the implementation of a rash of restrictions since 2011. So we went from being considered a relatively okay state to access abortion to what is now considered a hostile state for abortion access.
All of this comes as the U.S. Supreme Court weighs a case over an abortion law in Mississippi. That decision could overthrow the landmark Roe v. Wade decision. Happening today, the U.S. House will vote on a contempt of Congress resolution for Steve Bannon. It's for defying a subpoena from the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol breach. During a closed-door conference meeting yesterday, GOP leaders recommended that Republicans vote no. But Democrats don't need any Republican votes to refer a criminal contempt charge to the Justice Department. The DOJ will ultimately decide whether to bring charges. Those could result in jail time or fines for Bannon. And the Senate calling on Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg to testify on the impact Instagram has on kids and teens. This comes after congressional testimony from Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen. She highlighted the damage the app can have on mental health and body images for young girls. The Wall Street Journal reported last month that leaked documents show Facebook has been researching these effects for years. Lawmakers say leaders at the company have hidden that information and declined to directly answer questions about it. Just about 6:08 on your Thursday. Coming up, a new team member for the Packers. We'll tell you who. And a little later, a new exhibit for you to check out in your own backyard here in Madison. It's lighting up the night. Stay with us.
Prices of the season one-day appliance sale is today at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 40% off. Plus, no interest financing on appliances with no minimum purchase. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline and coming soon to East Springs Drive.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial, plus no monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
The lowest prices of the season one-day sale is today at Ashley Home Store. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 49% off, plus no interest financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
You're watching News 3 Now This Morning, winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. Yesterday, we highlighted the Wisconsin Teacher of the Year from Verona. And now another local teacher also up for another national award. Chris Gleason is a music teacher at Sun Prairie's Patrick Marsh Middle School. He's been selected as a semifinalist for the Grammy Music Educator Award. He's one of 10 remaining finalists. The winner will be chosen and recognized during Grammy Week. That's the last week of January in 2022. Congrats to him. We're wishing him all the best. Okay, some Packer news now. Sources tell ESPN Green Bay is adding pass rushing defensive end Whitney Merciless. He was recently cut by the Texans. The former first-round pick has 57 career sacks, including 3 this season. And a good sign for David Bakhtiari and the Packers. Wednesday marked the first time since New Year's Eve that the All-Pro left tackle was back practicing. Head coach Matt LaFleur said they're going to take it day by day with Bakhtiari. His return opens up a 21-day window for the team to activate him to the roster. And the Milwaukee Brewers are parting ways with hitting coach Andy Haynes. He's been there 3 years. The team told him his contract would not be renewed and told assistant hitting coach Jacob Cruz he's free to pursue other opportunities as well. And remarkable video continues to come in from the La Palma Island in Spain. Take a look at this lava continuing to flow there. Large pyroclastic blocks are now being seen floating along a river of lava. Just incredible video out of this area of the world. High-tech rescue workers are preparing to use drones to rescue the dogs that are trapped on that island. We showed you that last week. Just heartbreaking. They've been dropping food down to the dogs to keep them alive, but it's still too dangerous to fly in the area because of all of the smoke. So they're hoping that drones can help rescue them in the coming weeks.
Yeah, hopefully they can help out. That's a very devastating situation.
Isn't that? Oh, heartbreaking. 6:13, Julian C. Wright with your certified most accurate forecast. What do you got for us, Julian?
Well, I got some rain for us this morning. This Thursday morning, folks, we're waking up to a bit of rain that's starting to make its way into the central of Dane County for us. We've been tracking it throughout the early parts of this morning, and now it's starting to impact us a little bit more, especially into the northern areas closer towards the Dells as we're waking up. But right now, we're not seeing rain just yet at the airports, but it's definitely on the western side of Madison. As we can see, 50 degrees as of right now with 46 degrees dew point. We are still looking at an overcast that doesn't look to be clearing up for us throughout our morning or even the afternoon. It's going to be a cloudy day on our hands. And on top of that, since we're looking at such a northwesterly flow of some winds, we're going to be looking at cooler temperatures as well. So we're going to be sticking around finally with some fall-like feels, not 70s, not 60s, but 50s that are going to be sticking around in those upper 40s as well. Some areas may start to warm up just a little bit past those 40s, but we're not going to be looking to be breaking those low 50s at all throughout today. So as you're planning it out, you're not going to need any sunglasses or even really a light jacket. It's pretty much all you need as we're looking at that fall-like conditions to stick around for us. In the next few days, we are going to be looking at those lows to be knocking on the door of freezing, so we are having frost back into our forecast for us. But as we check out some traffic as we're getting our morning started for us, we're looking really good, especially along the Beltline as of right now. All green, and as we check out the interstates, we're still looking at the greener side as it starts to load up for us. So nice and smooth traffic to start off our morning, Leah.
Julian, tracking it all for us. Thank you very much. 6:14 now. Kohl's is holding a national hiring event that starts today. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. today until Saturday. Kohl's is looking for a number of full and part-time positions at all of their Madison area locations. You can receive a job the same day you interview. If you or someone you know is interested, we'll put a link to the Kohl's website for you over on channel3000.com. Researchers at the Washington University School of Medicine suggest sleep is best in moderation. Not too much, not too little. They found both short and long-term sleepers experienced more cognitive decline than people who slept between 5.5 to 7.5 hours a night. And officials in Nevada are approving plans for Elon Musk's infrastructure firm, the Boring Company, to create an underground transportation network in Las Vegas. The Vegas Loop, as the project is called, will run underneath the Vegas Strip. Officials say the system will also serve UNLV and the Allegiant Stadium. One leg of the tunnel already being built. The company expects it to open early next year. Back home, this month you can see Madison's Old Brick Botanical Gardens in a whole new light. The annual art exhibit Gleam is back this year after being canceled last year due to the pandemic. Artists from around the world have illuminated the 16-acre property. Our Susan Simon shows us the sensory experience that is the botanical gardens at night.
So this one is actually like 2 years in the making because of COVID. We have 7 installations, and we have artists from all over, literally from Madison to Australia, and everything in between. So you'll see twinkly lights, video projections, and all sorts of surprises.
So each individual exhibit is done by an individual artist?
Yes, or a group of artists. Mm-hmm.
And if you've been to Gleam in the past, are they different this year? Is it different every year?
It is different every year. So you'll not see the same thing 2 years in a row.
How does it work? When if you've never been to the Gleam exhibit, when you come to Old Brick Gardens, how does it work?
Sure. Well, new this year, you have to buy your tickets in advance, so you would do that first for a time slot, and then you can show up to the gardens. We have a route for people to follow around the gardens, lit with different colored lights, and you can just wander and marvel at all the lights and all the surprises, and just the gardens at night are so beautiful, so people really enjoy just taking that all in too. And then, you know, you'll go all the way around the gardens and kind of end up back where you started.
You walk at your own pace. It's not a guided tour, so you can take as much time as you want.
Yep.
And how do you learn about each installation?
Sure. So we have a virtual exhibit guide, actually, so you can scan a QR code on your phone and pull up all the information that you need about the artist, or there's signs on site too that you can view that as well. And then we also ask people to vote for their favorite after they're done too, to help us determine who the best in show is.
Does the artist get a little prize? Or?
Bragging rights. Yeah, lots of bragging rights.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where we're standing right now.
Sure.
I've never seen anything like this exhibit. It's beautiful.
This one is pretty spectacular. This one is by an artist named Jen Fuller, and she was an artist in 2019 as well. She actually won Best in Show that year. And so this one's titled Reflection, and it is amazing. It's stunning, like you said, you know, a perfect reflection into the sunken garden pool. I think this is the one that visitors tend to spend a lot of time at. It's just very mesmerizing, and they don't want to walk away from it.
Nightbirds is a flock of neon birds positioned in the trees. It's not just a visual experience this year, it's a sound experience too. So the artist actually came and installed all of this. The projector, So how long does it take to get set up for this?
A couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah, so we didn't do Blooming Butterflies this year. Hopefully that'll be back next year. But as soon as Blooming Butterflies is done, mid-August, we go right into Gleam setup.
Some installations this year are more interactive, like the rainbows that gleam brighter the faster people swing. Are there any COVID restrictions this year?
Sure, so we ask people to wear a mask inside. Obviously, Dane County has that going on right now. Once you're outside, you are not required to wear a mask, but our route is one way so that people don't double back on each other, and we can just keep everybody going the same way for everybody's safety.
And if you go through and see all 7 installations, how long does it take?
I would say at least an hour, depending on how much time you want to spend in each one, but, you know, plan on a good hour.
Has it been very popular?
It has been very popular, yes. We're on par to break attendance records this year, but there's still plenty of tickets left. Weekdays tend to be a little bit quieter than weekends, but yeah, plenty of tickets. Just go to oldbrookgleam.org.
And you have to seize the day because it only runs until the end of the month.
It does, October 30th, and then it's done, so get over here soon.
Pretty cool. One more week to check it out. Gleam is open on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays until October 30th. You heard there, from 6:30 till 10:30 p.m. Tickets are $15. You do have to book them in advance to purchase them, or for more information, you can head to oldbrookgleam.org. 6:20 on your Thursday. Coming up in our next half hour, the latest news out of the Brian Laundrie case, the questions now surrounding his parents. But first, we're giving you a reason to burn pretty much all of your vacation time, how much you're going to need for the world's longest cruise. Stay with us.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
After we backed that bus out of its stall and started driving, I just loved it. We really get a chance to get to know each other. Almost everyone has a different story about how they came to bus driving, so you really end up feeling like you're part of a family.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right. Visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and Mark sent in this stunner of a shot out of Broadhead. This gorgeous candy-colored sky up there. Geez, Julian.
Gotta love cotton candy skies, right?
Yeah,
That's
you do.
one of my favorite things about what is this, the morning? Yeah, the morning hours.
Julian's filling in today for Chris Reese. He's a little sleepy, as we all are at this hour. Mark, though, waking up early to snap these gorgeous shots. We're asking you to do the same. Take a picture of your morning, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and share it on social media so we can find them and share our favorites right here on the program. 6:24 now. Royal Caribbean is offering a 274-night cruise that reaches all 7 continents. The company is calling it the Ultimate World Cruise, aptly named, I believe. It's the Serenade of the Seas vessel with a sail date of December 2023. The voyage includes 65 countries and 11 wonders of the world. For the first week of sales, only Royal Caribbean members with elite status can buy these tickets.
I
what do you
love the
think?
elite status.
Right.
Little throw in there, like you have to have money.
How much do you think a ticket like this costs?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, because that's what, over 2/3 of a year alone. So
yes.
I'm assuming it's got to be in the the 6-digit figure digit.
So what do you say, Julian? We burn our vacation and head off to a cruise?
Get rid of all my vacation I'll ever probably accrue my entire life. Oh yeah, let's do it. 65 countries.
We were talking earlier, it is a very efficient way to see 65 different countries.
Apparently our producer just said it was $60,000 for a ticket. Not bad.
I'm going to say I was expecting more.
Right. I guess we overshot it on that
Out of my price range, but still not bad. We'll take it. All right, 6:25, Julian, break down the forecast.
Well, we are looking at showers rolling in, folks, and it's going to be sticking around for us throughout much of our early morning and mid-morning and, yes, late morning as well, as that cyclonic flow is starting to sweep it into a southeasterly range as we're going in throughout. But right now in Madison, it is still just overcasted and cloudy, but the temperatures are definitely feeling like 50, and we're not going to be breaking much past it throughout the days. We take a look at our southern temperatures, looking at to the west a bit cooler with those upper 40s for us, but those lower 50s are going to be sticking around throughout much of the day. So as you're planning out the day, expect some showers to be on and off throughout early morning hours, but we're going to be looking at that overcast and cloudy conditions as well. But our commute conditions, no issues expected at all. And as we take a look at our bus stop forecast, might want some bit of that cooler conditions as we stick around.
Stay with us. Last half hour of News 3 Now this morning. Straight ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Bytense Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The Bytense Golfland simulator suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
It's that time of year to hit the open road. To make sure your trip is safe, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's my woke up like this migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
If Physicians Mutual were a friend of yours, we'd be like Eddie here, loyal, dependable, and always there for you. We'd be the one you'd talk to about retirement, the complexities of Medicare, and the coverage you'd need. We'd listen and give you straightforward answers. Think of us as your devoted retirement friend. At Physicians Mutual, we'll help you find the coverage you need so you can have the retirement you deserve. Oh, good boy.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Vitense Golfland now offers the new Top Tracer mobile system. Track your shots from grass and mat tee areas for free from your cell phone. Record your golf swing with stats provided. Play games like Capture the Flag. Have golf range entertainment fun with Top Tracer at Vitense Golfland.
Right now, missing for more than a month. What investigators have found in the search for Brian Laundrie.
And we are tracking some showers in our forecast. We'll tell you what's more to expect throughout our morning coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. On your Thursday, I'm Leah Lynchide. Chris Stanford has the day off. After a string of recent gun violence and crime around Madison, the city's police department is getting some help from the federal government. They're receiving a pair of grants totaling more than $250,000. It's to build violence prevention efforts and provide de-escalation training for officers. In a statement, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says the grants will help officers de-escalate calls without violence. They'll also help provide more resources to families of repeat juvenile offenders. We have more on her comments and how these grants will help benefit the Madison community. Those are up on channel3000.com. To our other top story this morning, there are questions surrounding the Laundrie family after the discovery of remains and some of Brian Laundrie's personal belongings yesterday. Laundrie has been missing now for more than a month. In September, authorities found the remains of his fiancée, 22-year-old Gabby Petito, near the Teton National Park in Wyoming. This new discovery just yesterday happened in a Florida wilderness park where Laundrie's parents say Brian used to hike.
Earlier today, investigators found what appears to be human remains, along with personal items, such as a backpack and notebook belonging to Brian Laundrie. These items were found in an area that up until recently had been underwater.
According to a statement from the Laundrie family attorney, Laundrie's parents decided to search the park yesterday morning. They then directed FBI agents and police to the location where those items were found. The remains have not yet been identified. The FBI says it could take days to process the area. We've been following this story from the very beginning. We will continue to push out updates through our mobile app. You can download it today in your app store. New this morning, we're hearing from former President Bill Clinton following his hospitalization in California.
I'm on the road to recovery, but I want to remind everyone out there, take the time to listen to your bodies and care for yourselves. We all have work to do. And each of us has an important role to play in life and in the immediate future.
The former president had been in California for an event for his foundation when he was admitted to the UC Irvine intensive unit for fatigue. Doctors say he was discharged Sunday. He'll finish his antibiotics at home in New York. Back in Madison, police say a man is under arrest for using counterfeit money and then threatening workers when he got caught. UW-Madison police say 26-year-old Ishmael Riley used fake money at Capitol Cafe on at least 3 separate occasions. When workers called him out on it, he threatened them with a pair of scissors. It happened earlier this month, but police just arrested him Tuesday after using campus security cameras to identify him. Officers also found $13,000 in fake cash in his backpack. After more than a month, the building that houses Pisons in downtown Madison will finally get to reopen. It's been closed since September 10th. The city was worried about the structural integrity of the building, but they now say it's safe, though they are keeping the parking garage closed for now. Crews will continue to monitor that for future issues. To the state capitol now. The Wisconsin Senate says teenagers can work longer hours at their side jobs. Yesterday, they voted to pass the Republican-backed measure. Right now, 14 and 15-year-olds can't work later than 7 p.m. during the school year and only until 9 p.m. during the summer. This bill would allow those hours to change to 9:30 p.m. on a school night and 11 during the summer. It now heads to the Assembly. Another sign that inflation is on the rise. Since January of this year, rent is up about 16% nationwide. Meanwhile, between 2019 and 2020, income for full-time workers increased 6.9%. So rent is going up. People's incomes are not. Folks are concerned they won't be able to find affordable places to live. In La Crosse, experts are worried about being able to provide affordable housing because of it.
It's going to be harder and harder to make all of the payments. We've seen rent prices increase from around 2 to 3%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up pretty quickly.
Everything is getting costlier. One La Crosse professor said that to be able to build an affordable housing option in La Crosse was difficult because adding a sprinkler system alone costs more than the building itself. 1 week in, more than 10,000 John Deere workers are still on strike across the country. Yesterday, Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack joined some of them in Iowa.
It's important to have the equipment and the parts necessary to continue to do what we do best, better than anybody else in the world, which is to grow and raise food.
Union leaders are continuing to negotiate with John Deere during the strike to try and reach a deal. Workers in Iowa said they were grateful for the secretary's support. Meanwhile, this drier than usual summer had many farmers across the country worried about their crops, but we're learning the harvest is going okay so far. The dry conditions were being compared to the drought of 1988, but overall, corn and soybean harvests have gone pretty smoothly across the Midwest.
I would say we're pleasantly surprised, very fortunate with the way yields turned out, considering how it started and how we felt it might end up. It's been much better than we thought.
One expert says a better than expected harvest could help provide stability when it comes to food prices at the grocery store for you and your family. Now, the weather not too dry for any farmers out there trying to harvest today, Julian.
That's right. It's a bit on the not soggy or soaked, but at least we're seeing a little bit of moisture rolling in for us as we're taking a look outside of our sky cam. However, we are still onto that overcast here in Madison as we're starting things off. But the rain is definitely here in southern Wisconsin. It's moved in from the southwest and has pushed itself into about the central areas from Monroe, even into parts of Dane County as of right now. So we're going to be expecting to see some more rain showers as we continue in throughout the rest of our morning hours. As we take a more broader look, we can see rain has been impacting the northern Wisconsin area throughout much of the morning, but as it continues to flow counterclockwise, it's going to start to impact more of the northern areas as we continue into our mid-morning to our late morning hours. Now here's our timing. As we get into around 7, we're going to be looking at more of those showers starting to sweep its way through. But once again, since it is a counterclockwise flow, we are going to see that rain system starting to push its way into the southeast, and it's going to be getting itself out of here as we get into the early afternoon. But the clouds will be sticking around. We will have chances of seeing some clearing, but for the most part, we're going to be sticking with that overcast throughout much of our afternoon and evening hours. As we take a look at our future track, what we're going to be seeing for precipitation is not a whole lot of rain totals, just because there's going to be very brief rain showers that'll be rolling in, very periodic, and not a whole lot of organization either. So mostly into the eastern side from Watertown to Juneau, that's where we'll see more of those rain totals sticking around for us. But everywhere else, not so much. Now, as we take a look at planning out the rest of our day, going to hold on to the cloud cover throughout much of the day. So you're not going to need sunglasses much at all, but it will be onto the showery side. So you might want to take a light rain slicker or even an umbrella with you, but you're not going to need it as you get into the afternoons, so you can ditch it then. But as you're out the door, as I mentioned, an umbrella for the morning hours, sure. Rain jacket or a light coat as well, sure, because we are back into those fall-like conditions. So it's going to be on the cooler side for us. Definitely nothing like yesterday where we were already into those 60s and into those 70s. Our takeaway for today, 52 degrees. It's going to be on the cloudy and cool side with that northwest flow going to be onto the close to that breezy side. Now, one thing we're going to be keeping our eye on is the low temperatures, which is going to be bringing frost back into our forecast. That's right. We are now getting back into the time of year where we're going to wake up to frost on our cars and even on our windows. As temperatures are going to be pretty steady in terms of our highs, we are looking for those cooler temperatures to be knocking on the door of freezing throughout our lows for the next few days. And then we're going to go back to a bit more of the warmer side in terms of lows as we head into next week, but we're still maintaining that fall-like feel of those low 60s and middle to upper 50s throughout the next couple of days. So that's probably the one good thing is that, Leo, we are finally into more fall-like conditions. Not warm, not 70s, barely even to those middle 60s, but it's going to feel pretty good. Not too cold just yet. I'm liking it.
Those overnight lows, though, time to bring in the outside plants, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of scaring me. I'm not ready to wake up to frost just yet.
It is the season, Julian. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
6:38 now. October is Children's Health Month, and our Recipe for Health team is focusing on how we can keep our kids safer, especially with Halloween coming up. Chris Reese has this week's Time for Kids segment.
Halloween is just 10 days away, and this year, the CDC says families should be able to partake in trick-or-treating, but with some mindful precautions. SSM Health Chief Nursing Officer Veronica Scott Fulton says Halloween is her favorite, and she's sharing ways that you can celebrate while staying safe.
So making sure, you're socially distanced, you have your fabulous costume on, and you really watch the proximity as you're going from home to home or place to place. You're very, very careful about how close you get to others.
Scott Fulton says it is also good to keep general safety in mind when you head trick-or-treating. If possible, she recommends taking small kids out during daylight hours so that they are easier to see and so they can avoid tripping hazards on the ground. She encourages parents to help kids pay special attention when crossing the street in neighborhoods and encourages drivers to slow down. Now, of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about. So let us know what health topics you're interested in, or share your family's health story with us online at ssmhealth.com/timeforkids.
Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:39 now. Let's take a live look outside. Still dark at this hour in Madison. We're going to break down your chances for frost with some cool overnight lows coming. Julian is in next. Plus, supply chain backlog starting to affect yet another industry. What to know if you or someone you know is getting married anytime soon.
I'm Express is the only place where you can count on same-day service. Thanks to our local labs, shop our huge selection and get quality glasses at a price you'll love. And see better today. Right glasses, right price, right now.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead. You find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
When the leaves start to fall and the nights get cooler, you know it's sofa season. Steinhoffels has a sofa to fit every style and budget. A sofa for the big game, a sofa for catching up, a sofa for cuddling. During Steinhoffels' Falling Prices sale, every sofa, every bedroom, every dining room, and more, it's all on sale. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and all the best brands of mattresses. It's the Falling Prices sale, only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at U.S. Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right, visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
You got her?
I got her.
I'm getting us McDonald's.
Enjoy a sausage McMuffin with egg or a sausage burrito and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Get more local news now with Channel 3000 Plus, our free digital streaming service that brings you area news and info 24/7 from the News 3 Now team. Channel 3000 Plus. Download it today and watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help to provide Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without holiday dinner.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
6:43 now. Shipping delays hitting the wedding industry hard, especially for brides. That's because most wedding dresses are made in China. So they're among the goods stuck in containers out in the Los Angeles port.
Calls are coming in every hour on the hour pertaining to shipping. They're seeing what's going on at the ports. There's an issue. We're time sensitive.
Experts recommend brides with the July 2022 date or sooner should buy off the rack if they want their dress to be ready in time. The Monona Terrace is celebrating a return to their biggest event 2 years in the making. It's the Chamber's 68th annual dinner, welcoming more than 900 attendees last night. After a tough year and a half in this pandemic, it's an opportunity for businesses to look ahead.
But tonight is really about looking forward to and knowing that we're well positioned to solve the challenges that are ahead of us. And I think that's something that brings us hope and encouragement.
Organizers say last night's ceremony was a vaccinated event, so everyone there had received their COVID shot. Okay, you might be late on picking out your Christmas tree. At least according to the White House. That's because officials from the administration visited a farm in North Carolina yesterday to pick out the official White House tree. The ground superintendent led the picking process and decided on a 19-foot-tall Fraser fern. This year's selection marks the 8th time staffers have chosen a Christmas tree grown in Ashe County, North Carolina. Love Christmas, love the holidays, not in October.
I'm about to say, I was hearing a but coming at the end of that sentence.
Absolutely. Although you're talking frost. You got me a little nervous here, Julian.
I'm nervous myself. Yes, we were talking about frost, but before we get there, we got to talk about the rain that is showing up on our radar as of right now. Still entering into Dane County as it's continuing to push its way east as we continue throughout the morning hours. So we're going to be expecting to see some showers here within the next few moments. But until then, right now it's cloudy, very cloudy here in Madison. 50 degrees right now with dew points at 46 degrees. So as you're waking up, it's definitely a cool one for us and not overly humid as well. But the frost is what we got to be talking about because the next few days, we're going to be looking at temperatures knocking on the door of 32 degrees, which is the freezing point in our atmosphere. So we are going to be looking at chances of frost to be pretty good, especially from Thursday night into Saturday. So yes, we're going to be looking at areas of patchy frost to stick around for us, but at least before then, throughout today, we're looking at our commute to be pretty good for us as conditions aren't going to be too crazy. And for the bus stop, we're going to be looking at pretty decent conditions once again as well. But the frost is what we're going to be talking about. And aside from that, fall-like conditions will be sticking around, Leah.
Okay, we've been warned. Julian, thank you very much. 6:46 now. All month long, we are highlighting stories of courage during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A group of survivors is doing their own work on awareness through so-called dragon boating. CBS's Justin Kolar climbed aboard.
It's indescribable, really. When you're out there, you leave your worries away.
There's not much scarier than a cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, it's very fearful when you hear the words cancer, but being part of this group, you see women who are all ages, all athletic abilities, in all stages of cancer.
But this floating sisterhood of survivors keeps rowing forward.
We practice you don't live by fear. You know, each day is a gift, and we're out here together just pushing forward.
On land, Elizabeth Anderson is a cancer survivor. But out here, she's one of 22 women all in the same boat, united through their pain, pursuing purpose together. One paddle at a time.
All together. You can't do it individually at all.
Let me just get it turned, guys. Sorry.
One small mistake in this narrow vessel could veer off course.
Give me 4 strokes back. Go.
That's where coaching comes in.
Camaraderie in the sport and the love of all of it. It has just been amazing.
The Indy Survive oars are ranked internationally, 30th fastest dragon boat in the world.
I think it gives us something to focus on other than the cancer. I never wanted that to be my identity. 3 more!
Their collective identity, given a heartbeat by the drums still pounding inside each member of this team.
Just to make something good out of, something that isn't so good.
For all the sisters who aren't here today.
They're always in our heart, and they're always on that drum, and they're always with us when we're out there paddling.
6:48 on your Thursday. Coming up in the morning sprint, dozens sick in Wisconsin from onions, whether you should throw yours out. But first, it's October 21st. We want to say happy birthday to Bella. Happy birthday, and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us here on News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Welcome back, Bill.
I'm here for some new tires.
Well, you're in luck. It's our tire savings event, so now's the perfect time. Tires a little worn down?
Worn down, exactly. Worn down.
Exactly.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
This month, all Core-Tec waterproof flooring is on sale at Surgenian's. We offer the largest Core-Tec selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 18-month financing. Local, sustainable, Surgenian's.
This year has been good for binging, but bad for bodies. Maybe your me time could use an upgrade to Massage Envy, where more people go to feel and look better. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Precision engineering, rigorous attention to detail. A Bryant Evolution heating system is so well designed, it's as much of a joy to install as it is to use.
Good to go.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Breathe easy. Contact AirServe for quality AC repair. Finally, a heating and cooling company you can count on.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
When you run with Sloan's on a John Deere 1025R, you can feel the power. Get your John Deere 1025R for just $171 per month. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Visit Sloan Implement today, celebrating 90 years and going strong.
Hope is closer than ever. SSM Health Cancer Care.
Welcome back. Just about 6:52, time for the morning sprint. The search for a missing 3-year-old is ongoing this morning. The Journal-Sentinel reporting 2 people are under arrest in connection to the case. The details are unclear, though, and the search for 3-year-old Major Harris is still active. Police have said Major's mom's body showed signs of obvious trauma when it was discovered. The suspect in the boy's disappearance and her murder died by apparent suicide. The gunman responsible for the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history is changing his plea to guilty on all 34 charges. Nicholas Cruz killed 17 people and injured 17 more when he opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School back in 2018. The change in plea averts a lengthy trial, which now moves to the penalty phase. Prosecutors plan to pursue the death penalty. The FBI says they have found human remains and some of Brian Laundrie's personal belongings in a Florida wilderness park. Laundrie's parents helped lead investigators to that spot. Laundrie is the sole person of interest after his fiancée, Gabby Petito, disappeared and was found dead last month in Wyoming. The CDC says 25 people in Wisconsin have gotten salmonella from onions. The culprit, red, white, and yellow onions imported from Chihuahua, Mexico by the company ProSource. They've caused 652 people in the U.S. to get sick. The CDC is now recalling the onions, telling people to throw them out. A Beloit man is facing charges for stabbing one person and killing another at a rest area in Ohio. It happened Tuesday in Sandusky County. Officers are trying to find out why 51-year-old Thomas Connor turned violent. A deputy shot Connor during the confrontation. He is still in the hospital as the investigation continues. Republicans in the state legislature are sharing their plans to redraw voting districts in the state. Governor Evers also releasing his own maps. No group, though, is likely to approve the other's plans, so it's expected a court will step in to approve final district lines. There are multiple lawsuits on the redistricting, both in the Wisconsin Supreme Court and in federal court right now.
Trans lives matter. Trans lives matter.
Dozens of Netflix employees walking out of the Los Angeles office in protest. They're against the streaming service airing the latest Dave Chappelle special, The Closer. In it, the comedian makes a number of remarks that are being called transphobic and insensitive. Netflix has said it will not remove the special, but says it respects the decision of any employee to walk out over the content. Gas is getting even more expensive this morning thanks to another spike in oil prices. Oil hit 7-year highs yesterday, topping $84 a barrel in daily trading, then closing at the highest amount since 2014. That's more than double the price a year ago. According to AAA, the national average went up to $3.35 a gallon. The National Guard could step in to help with the supply chain crisis. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says he's not ruling out the possibility of either easing tariffs or using the National Guard to help unload cargo. The supply chain mess has caused delayed shipments, raising the price of goods, and leaving shelves empty at stores across the country.
The options ran out. A stem cell transplant is the thing that's going to help me, if anything will.
Actress Selma Blair sharing her fight against multiple sclerosis in a new documentary. Introducing Selma Blair premieres today on Discovery Plus. The documentary crew followed her through her 2019 stem cell transplant and her following recovery. U.S. regulators with the FDA are extending boosters to Americans who got the Moderna or the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. They're also approving the ability to mix and match doses. The FDA will consult an expert panel later this week before they finalize an official recommendation for the boosters. And Paris Hilton is in Washington, D.C. this week, advocating for kids in congregate care facilities. She spoke to federal lawmakers yesterday about surviving institutional abuse at a boarding facility as a teenager. She says she was physically abused and was forcibly medicated while there. Hilton is calling for a children's Bill of Rights to protect kids in those facilities.
And a final look at our weather for this morning. We're going to still looking at those showers that are starting to continue to sweep through Dane County as of right now as we're going in throughout the later parts of our morning. And what we can be looking to expect as we time this out is that throughout our mid and late morning, those showers will continue throughout southern Wisconsin for us. So we get into about the afternoon where it looks to dry up. Not looking for a whole lot in terms of rain totals for southern Wisconsin, mostly into the eastern side, but we're keeping our eye on is frost as temperatures are going to be into those low 30s, knocking on the door of freezing. So we're going to be keeping an eye on frost, Leah.
Julian, thank you very much. Stay with us, folks. Another news and weather update coming up in half an hour.